Okay, we're kind of in Q&A mode right now, but I'll talk for a little bit. If you guys got a question, you'll come up in the quiche, and I'll get you on so you can ask me questions. But I really want to talk today a little bit about spiritual work and spiritual connection. And I always have individuals, people that come in to work with me when I'm doing classes, different things. They want to know about spiritual work. How does it work? How do we get in contact with spirit? How do we make this all work? And through all my teachings, it mostly comes down to meditation, meditate some more, meditate some more. It's more of just kind of listening to your higher self. It's like when you're connected to your highest vibration, you're connecting to spirit, you're connecting to a higher sense of consciousness. What you're doing when you're working with meditation is you're getting used to being quiet, quieting the mind. That's the focus, to focus the mind, quieten the mind so that you can listen. If the mind's cluttered, it's like when you do this work, you have to clear the mind. You have to kind of focus the mind away from yourself. And it's a question of kind of just sitting, kind of understanding how that all works. But the question is mostly meditation, connecting to that, or working with some kind of things that work for you, whether it's actually the thing of what I said with the 3D thing, where the kids look at the book and they pick the picture out right away. And when we get older in our lives, it takes us a little while to figure out what the picture is. Same thing with mediumship. As young kids come in my class, first thing, boom, they're in. They're doing it. They're doing mediumship work. They're doing it right away. And as we get older, we've kind of crusted the door shut. So we've got to kind of pry the door open. We've got to pry it back open again. So it takes a little bit of work on our vibration. It takes a little bit of work on our connection to spirit if we're working with spirit. So the question is finding a practice that works for you. The question is mostly a practice that works for you. So if you do meditation, maybe walking meditation, maybe kind of thing in question, we have a question. So Elizabeth, what's your question, Elizabeth?
Well, I have many questions.
Okay.
What's the meaning of life?
I've always thought the meaning of life was us to be here. I've always known throughout my life that we've made decisions before we've actually entered this earth plane. So we've already made our life choices, our decisions, our connection to our life choices, the major things that we have to take care of throughout this lifetime, and our service to others, our service to mankind, spirit world, whatever else that we've decided that we're going to do, and down we come. It is never, I always remember, it's never the destination in our lives. It's never that vibration of destination in our lives. It is always the journey, how we arrive. And that is our thing for this life. The meaning is to find our path, to find our journey. Because if we try to fight against the headwaters, we're never going to meet that journey. We're never going to find that journey. We're just going to go on excursions on and off the path and make our life a little nuts. If we just allow ourselves to at least look at the journey, because we're going to get to the destinations kicking or screaming or in a trunk in the back of a car. We're still going to get there. It's how we arrive at the destinations that we chose in our lives is our decision and it's our vibration in our lives. So I think our meaning of life would be to be good to ourselves. Don't beat ourselves up too bad. Don't beat ourselves up because we went off path for a little while and then decided to get back. Just don't beat ourselves up because we made a mistake or something happened and we just didn't connect to the vibration. Allow ourselves to move forward instead of allowing ourselves just to sit and go, oh my God, I'm so miserable, this person hurt me. Well, what if that person was having a bad day and all of a sudden you've held on to this your whole life, and after about 10, 12 years, it doesn't really mean anything. Who's worrying about it? You are. Nobody else is. And we allow ourselves to stop on the path, never moving forward, never connecting to where we need to be.
So how do you know if you're on the right path?
Usually I tell people the right path. You usually know you're on the right path if things are working. They have to be working. I mean, if all hell, my friend used to say, if all hell is breaking loose and the wicker is frayed, walk away.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, don't you have challenge? Like, if you're on the right path and stuff comes up, it just challenges of some kind.
You still have challenges in your life, but if you allow yourself to clear and have a clear view of the path ahead of you, you can make this, sure, we're going to go through situations within our lives. But as we go through those things, doesn't mean we have to hit the wall at 60 miles an hour. It means that we're still going to have to go through it, but doesn't mean we have to hit it so hard. We don't have to be so beat up from the situation. We can allow ourselves to move past it. So sure, we're going to go through things, but if we allow ourselves to just look at it, because Spirit will do things. Even in my life, Spirit will do things. I'll try to do something, and then I can't get out to my car. I've lost my keys. It's just not working. It's just not falling into place. But it starts to fall into place a little bit later. But right then, it doesn't fall into place. And if I force it, Spirit's going to say, well, go ahead. We tried to stop you. We tried to reorganize. We tried to stop. We tried to stop you from doing this, and then we go do it anyway. The story, a cute story I have with a lady I did a reading for, and she said, Louis, I'm going to buy some property in the Bahamas. I said, really? I said, I don't feel that's good for you, but if that's something that works out for you, you go do it. She got to the Bahamas, went to get off the plane, fell out of the plane and hit the tarmac and broke her leg. She ended up in the hospital. She calls me from her hospital bed in the Bahamas and says, I'm going to still buy that property. So she gets in the cab, takes the cab out to see the property with a broken leg, and the cab has an accident. She hurts her arm back in the emergency room. Then she tells her sister to go out and buy the property. And all hell broke loose that property after that. But her guides were trying to stop her, trying to say, please stop, please stop. But she just kept going towards it. Now she's having a very hard time. That was a few years ago. She had a extremely hard time with that piece of property. So now, did she listen to herself? No. So.
Yeah. Okay. So, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, but you have to listen to your vibration, listen to yourself, and allow yourself to be true to yourself. It's like if it's working for you, then start to move down that vibration. It should fall into place. It should at least work for you. If you're trying to do it and you're going, I'm not good with this. I don't feel good with this. This is awful. This is terrible. It's probably going to look a little bit more awful as you move into the situation. It's how you feel. Now, how everybody feels around you is how you feel with the situation. If you do it, if you put it in motion, it doesn't mean that it's your thing to put in motion. It doesn't mean it's yours. You could be taking on something that it could take you a few, as I said, it's kind of, I tell people once we get past 30 years old, we aren't made for off-road travel. So if we get off-road, we have to go off-road. So the question here is if you go off-road, you go off in connection, you have to decide if you really want to go off-road for a while. You're still going to re-enter the path where you left it. You're not going to re-enter it down the road, wherever you left it. That's why a lot of times people have deja vu. Like, oh my God, Lou, I'm in the same thing I was before. Yeah, because you re-entered the past exactly where you left the path. Then you start again. So.
Okay. So I know earlier you were talking about when people pass to the other side, they go to different communities. Is that kind of different? So in those places, and then they're learning on the other side, basically. So I know a lot of New Age people say people come into the physical realm to speed up their learning. Do you think that's true, or
we come in this vibration, this earth plane existence, because it does speed up our learning. We get to allow ourselves to work with others, the connection to this vibration of being in the earth plane. We do learn quicker. We get life lessons done quicker, a faster situation. But we're still off in these cities, different places on the other side, learning. We're still learning when we go to the other side. Now, if you want to go sit on a riverbank and go fishing for a couple of years or a few years, it's your decision once you get to the spiritual side of life. When you get to the spiritual side of life, you will start making decisions. It's what you see, what you envision when you leave this earth plane. It's your mind thought. your mind vibration, your mind thought of what you're looking for. It's like if I believe in past lives, incarnations, I believe in them. I guarantee you, when I get to the spirit side of life, I'm going to see something to do with a past life, an incarnation. Now, you might not see that. You might not get the same vision because you don't believe in it. You don't have that strong connection in it. But I do. And the question here is, you will see what you believe that you need to see, what you need to envision on the other side. You will see that. So our question is, we learned on this earth plane, but we also learn on the other side. We learn from all the temples and the libraries and the museums and different things on the other side to learn to incorporate our being to get to a higher sense of consciousness. And that's what we do.
So basically, it's all about moving to a higher sense of consciousness.
That's all like we're doing is think as your group of people. Let's say you have 1,000 people in your spiritual group. There's your 1,000 people. That's your spiritual orb. That's your spiritual group. Now, over the years, people incarnate back and forth within your life that are from your spiritual group, your vibration, your situation. Now, by being here, you're bringing yourself to a higher sense of consciousness, but you're also bringing your group to a higher sense of consciousness. As above, so below. So when you're actually working here, you're affecting the spirit world. You're affecting your group. You're moving your group higher and higher essence, because you're here. You're like a scout here on the earth plane helping the group. You're helping that spiritual group that you're in. Now, some groups might have 2, some groups might have a lot more people in them, or less people. It doesn't, but you will have a spiritual group that follows you, because you have to look at the situation. There are people on this earth plane, keep right down on this earth plane with you people, the people are on this call, people on this earth plane that you will never see. You will never have connection to. You will never break bread with them. You'll never see them. You'll never walk around them. You'll never be near them. They're not part of your group. They're not part of your essence. And you might have people in your group say, oh, my God, where did they come from? They're still part of your, they're still part of your group. Maybe they're here to show you something or put something in your vibration, but you have a group that follows you throughout your life. Then there's a group of teachers and people that follow you as above, so below. You affect your group, and you go back home to your group. You go back home to your group. Somebody else will come down the airplane, and you personally will be their guide. Your personally will be their connection, their vibration. You will be helping them on this airplane to raise their vibration, also to raise the group's vibration.
So is your family usually your group, or is it just a hit and miss?
Or sometimes we're born in family, not of families. But usually families are a group that you chose. They are the group. You're part of your group because your father could have been your brother in 2 lifetimes back. Your sister could have been your great-grandmother in 3 or 4 lifetimes back. We're always connecting to do with the same group.
I think somebody in on Babylon 5, the sci-fi series, said it's like your cosmic sewing circle.
It's like you have this whole group of people, but you keep changing. This year you might be somebody's mother, you might be somebody's friend, and the next time you come out, you come back, you're in a whole different role. You're in a whole different role of what you're doing. You play a different role. Think of your life right now as you're standing behind the curtain on the stage. People are on the stage playing this little play and this little thing, and every once in a while you know that you're going to get in there and play a part. You're not part of the whole situation because you don't have all the parts. You just play a part.
Yeah.
So they'll call you from backstage, go, you're on. You got to get out. You got to go up there and do this. And you'll be part of this play. You'll be part of this connection with spirit.
Interesting. You know, my mom, like for the last 16 days of her life was in a nursing home, but it was a very nice one on Vancouver Island. I made sure of that. And I went and slept in her room for 2 weeks to make sure it was okay. And she was fading out pretty fast at that point. And one night I laid in bed with her and we were talking, and she didn't want to die. She was terrified of dying. And I said, Mom, come on. Dad's waiting for you. I could feel him in the room. And all your family's waiting for you. I said, okay, I want to go. She said, I want to live. I said, okay, we'll make a deal. We'll be together. She said, I don't want to leave you. I said, okay, we'll make a deal. We'll do it again. Next lifetime, I'll be your mom. How's that? So we made a deal, and she died a bit later.
It's like we have people that come in and out of our lives, and some of the times we have relatives that are in our lives or parents that are in our lives just for a short term in my life. My parents died when I was younger, so I was more attached to my wife's parents than I was ever to mine, because I had them in my life longer than I had my parents in my life. So the question is people affect us in different ways. Sometimes we're born in families, but not of them. Sometimes we have crazy family members that we just want to get away from. And sometimes we have family
my mom was a bit crazy, but I loved her dearly.
Anyway. So the question is that what we do in our lives? We do that. We connect to that vibration.
Yeah. Okay, so how like, when you're trying to figure out your life path or what you're supposed to be doing, because I don't know that it's that easy for most people, I mean, to figure it out. That, like, astrology, numerology, those kinds of things, do you think that they're valuable in trying to figure out your own energy signature kind of things so that you know more?
I think the value of that is, I tell people we can do numerology, we can do astrology, we can get our astrology sign, get our sign. But I always explain to people the best thing I found that works in my life through my whole life is I tell people on numerology, take your name, your full name that you were born with, not what you got married, you changed your name, what you did later, what you were born with, because you chose that name. So you get the numerology value of that. You picked the city and state that you were going to be born in. Whether you're born in if you're born out of the country, then it's the town and the country. Wherever you were born is the town, the state or town, the country, and you add that together. You get the numerological number for that. Then you take your birthday, day, month, day, and year, and you add that together and get the figure for that. And if you have the time of your birth, the time of it, add that together. Then once you add all those numbers together, you'll come up with a figure. And that gives you your world connection number, your world connection to the vibration of numbers. What happens is when you add numbers all that way, because I happen to be a 6, I've added all my numbers together, I'm a 6. My wife is a 6. We live in Casadega, Florida, which adds up to a 4. Casadega is a 4. It's below me. So I'm in Casadega 4. So I either have to have my house or have my home at my level or above. So my house adds up to exactly a 6. I live at a 6. And I try to keep my world number, at least something in my life. House works really well because you're not going to change your job. So it works really well. Or the town that you live in, the state that you live in, is it above you or below you? It's according, if you're like an 8 vibration, if you're an 8 number, a world number 8, and you're an 8, and your town and state you live in is a 1. You work in a 1 building. You live in a 1 house. Everything in your life is below you. You have to drag everything. Your life becomes a little tough because you're dragging. Nothing is propelling you. You're dragging everything in your life. I found out that works really well, finding out what your world number is and trying to keep something in your life at that number or above. Works really well.
Okay. Now, last week you were talking about if you go in the bathroom and close the door with the mirror and a candle, you can kind of see other people's faces. What is that?
That's called transfiguration. Your guides will overshadow you.
Okay.
So you'll either have guides, you could actually have family members, even you, as you were in a past life, an incarnation, a past life. You'll see yourself in a past life, an incarnation, who you were, what your life things were in a past life, overshadowing of guides, people around you, family members will overshadow your vibration. So you'll see a lot of things. But it's called overshadowing, and it's called overshadowing. So your guys will pull up next to you, and they'll overshadow your face, and you'll see actually the faces of people and situations around you. You might not know all the faces, but they could be past lives, they could be guys, they could be people following you, people helping you, people encouraging you, people being around you. So the question is, you get an idea. So it's kind of fun to look at it and see who's actually around you. What do you see? What do you see?
Yeah.
what do you envision? And then kind of keep track of it. If you see the same person showing up every single time, it's a very good possibility they're either a guide or a past life or somebody very strong and connected to you. You only see them once and they just don't see them again. That's probably somebody passing by or passing through. But if you keep seeing the same image every time you do it, it's a very good possibility it's a guide. It's a protector for you.
Okay. Now, I find myself, I can actually be around people and they might have like I was working next to a woman who had a retina detached on her eye. Then I went home and all of a sudden my eye started to give me these bright lights like it didn't detach. But I've had stuff like that. I pick up other people's conditions. So,
but the question is a lot of times we feel like we're empaths. We take on things from other people. Sometimes ourselves we're taking it on. We're like an empath. We take on the condition. We take on the vibration for someone else. So we have to always kind of protect us. I said when I did one time before, I said get an opening prayer and a closing prayer. So you open yourself up. You really want spirit to be around you and all this energy around you. And when you just want to be left alone, when you want to be quiet, you get a prayer. You get somebody you tell spirit, say, no, I'm not working today. I don't want you to show me stuff today. Just let it out. Just let me rest. So you need to do turn it on and turn it off. Especially when you're in hospitals or places where people are. There are spirits all over those places. There's spirit climbing all over the walls. So they're all around. And once they know that you see them or feel them, oh my God, they're all over you. So I've got 2 other pending questions, so let you
Okay, I'll let you go.
Let me go. See who.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Me. Okay. Hey, this is Mindy. Yeah. So I have 2 questions for you.
Okay.
The first one is around the first part of the conversation you were talking about in regards to spiritual work. So I've got my little corner set up, my black corner set up. I got a chair in there. I got some pictures. It's all nice and cozy in there. And I started meditating every night at the same time for about 10, 15 minutes a day. And I feel like I could be doing something different. I sometimes have issues clearing my mind, so that's a piece I'm actively working on. But is it just that? Is it just going through the meditation and just working it out?
This morning on meditation, getting quiet, and then you can actually work with focusing. And so my mother used to tell you, when I was a kid, I was more of I was kind of, I don't think a little wild, but my mind wouldn't stay put. I'd be running all over the place. So my mother would sit me down in front of a candle, just set me down in front of a candle. And then I started trying to train myself. You can still meditate, but kind of focus your intent on something. And once your mind wavers, once it starts to waver, even in your mind, if you picture a flower, or you picture a truck, or you picture a car, you picture something, a door, then while you're focusing on that door, become the door, become the vibration, become that situation. And if your mind starts to waver, you start to go over here or you go over there, bring it back to the door, bring it back to the vibration, bring it back to what you were looking at, bring it back. So you're trying to focus your mind to kind of bring it back. You can acknowledge what's going on around you. You can acknowledge, say, okay, I see that, but bring your connection back. And that kind of helps you really calm the mind. Also, there's kind of recordings out now with brain waves and different types of stuff you can use to kind of clear the mind. You can put headphones on and just listen to the music and listen to the vibration. It takes you out. It takes you out of the vibration. So there's a lot of music out there, people guiding. A lot of people don't like people in guided meditations because they don't like people telling them what to do. So but just having some music that you really like, just quiet music that is just playing in the background, it kind of takes your focus off of sitting there. But it's mostly just practicing, just sitting, practicing, and getting quiet, and allowing yourself to clear that vibration, to focus. And because when I look at, because if you set a candle out in front of the room, and you just look at it. Now, after you just keep focusing on the candle, pretty soon you're going to see faces in the candle. You're going to see different animals, different things moving through the candle. But you keep your focus on the candle, not what's going on the side or the other side. but just what's going on with the candle. So you're training your mind to focus. So when you're in meditation, all this stuff, Spirit likes working with you. So all this stuff going on around you, you start to teach yourself to be focused, to go in one direction. So you're looking to meditate. And I tell people when they do meditation, tell your guides what you want to see. Don't go. I tell people meditation is you don't want to get to the bus stop, the bus station, and that person said, well, where's your ticket? Where do you want to go? And you look at the bus person and go, I don't care. Say, take me anywhere. No. You give them an idea. You want to see a guide, you want to see something, you want to give them an idea of what you would like to see. Give them an idea before you start what you would like to see. You don't want to just get on the bus and just have them taking you off and the gods go, woo. And then you go, what was that? Then all of a sudden it throws you off balance. It does. It will throw you off balance. Focus your intent on what you're looking for, and then allow your guides to work with you.
Okay. All right. And then my second question, and this is a bit more on the personal side of things, but is in regards to work-related stuff. We got a new boss in, and there's been some changes. Anyhow, with that being said, how are things in that area?
I don't feel bad with that. I feel like you have I feel like I tell people when they have situations going on like with you, I feel like just sending out very positive energy around you. Positive energy. Positive vibration around you. Just say, I'm good. Just send positive energy that fills the vibration around you. If you go into work and say, well, I just hate this person. I just hate him. I hate him. That energy starts to radiate away from you. Every time that person will even get around you, they'll go, oh, my God, this is awful energy. This is terrible. And you're going, I don't have awful energy, but that's not what they feel. But you're sending out positive energy. You're circling yourself with positive energy, positive light, positive vibrations around you. So I feel like with you, I feel like you do that. I feel like you send positive energy around you, and you try to stay as positive as you can. I know you have some people that work around you in situations in your life that aren't quite as positive as they should be, but you're at least putting out positive energy, and I feel good with this vibration. I feel like situations are going to move in the right direction. I feel like you are capable of doing what they're asking you to do, and I don't feel like that throws you off balance because you know what should be done and what's not being done. But it's at this point, I feel like just moving, just walking in that direction, I feel will work for you. It will.
Okay. And any changes to that, or are we looking long-term?
I don't feel like changes.
Granted, I've been with the company for a while.
I don't feel like there's changes right now. I don't feel like you want changes right now. I feel like you're like, oh, my God, please don't. I feel like you've had enough changes in your life for a while, so let's just kind of I feel like you've stopped the wagon and said, please don't move the wagon. Just leave it here for a little bit. Just let me catch my breath. I feel the job you're in right now is to catch your breath. So it might take you, I'm not saying that you give me a call by the end of the year, about November of the year, and tell me, Louis, the job's getting ready to change. I go, okay, about time. But right now, I don't feel like you need to make that major ordeal in your life just yet.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep.
Marcia.
Oh, my goodness. That was quick. Hi.
Hi.
This is Marcia.
Okay.
Dr. Gates, I really, let me just ask it. I did I feel so bad about it yesterday. There were two, I don't know what kind of birds they were, but they had a beautiful rust color to them. And I realized that they were going in and out of the propane tank that I have here kind of right beside me. And, well, not right beside me. It's about 6 feet away. But in the top, they were getting in there, and it was where the where I'd have to look to see how much propane's left in the tank. That's all dumb detail. Okay. But what I did next was, I feel awful about, I opened that lid, and they were building a nest in there, and I looked at it. I thought I was looking at it carefully, but evidently I wasn't, and I thought I'd better get that nest out of the top of the propane tank, and I did, and I came out today, and there were 5 baby birds dead on my front porch. So they must have been in that nest thing, and somehow I didn't see them. And I just feel so bad about it. I wrapped them all in, like, clean cotton cloth and put them in a box. And I found a pink rose out in my garden that was just new, and I cut it and put it in there with the little swaddled baby birds, and told them their mom and dad had really been working hard for them, and they were beautiful and whatever. But is that some kind of sign to me?
It could be a sign. I tell people we have to look at things as a sign. Now, the death in something is not really a death of something dying. This has just happened to be the birds dying. But death is always a rebirth, a reinsurgent within someone's life. See, I always explain to people, sometimes we think of things that this was bad, the birds died. But the question here is if Spirit wanted things to happen in a different way for you, what Spirit would have done is they would let you see the birds. You would have said, oh my God, there's birds in here. I need to leave the nest right here. They would have moved heaven and earth for you. So there was a sign here for this, a situation of you understand there's a death of something within your life, the death of something in your life that are moving you forward, that are moving you to a different vibration, a different situation, a different vibration. So what you're doing is you're looking at where your guides are trying to, what's appear in your life. It usually takes your guides a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks, to kind of show you something, especially if something is very repetitious in your life at this point in your life. There's something repetitious, something that shows up in your life out of the blue, or repetitious at this point. Be very, very watchful of that situation, because I feel this is more of a new birth, a new situation for you. Sure, the birds passed away, and there was things going on here. But then, but I always tell people, the Spirit wanted you to, if they wanted something else in your life, they would move heaven and earth. They would, but if it's something that's supposed to show itself to you, within the next 5 to 6, 4 weeks or so, you'll see something. Oh my God, that's happened a lot. Then you pay attention to what Spirit's trying to show you. Even though this happened, what are they trying to show you? Maybe they're trying to show you. Maybe there was something there at that vibration that, I don't know. There's the Spirit has a way of doing things and maneuvering you in different directions. So I'll give you a story that I'll tell you. It's kind of cute. When I was a kid, my father used to like to take me hunting. I didn't like hunting. I didn't like killing things. I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. So anyway, my father takes me out, and my little brother shoots this little owl. Shoots him. So here for about a month, I had that owl hid in my bedroom. I was nursing it back to health. I don't think I was a brain surgeon, but I was doing my best to nurse this bird back to health. The bird eventually died, but boy, I couldn't figure out why my little brother shot it. Why my little brother messed with this little bird. And I feel like it was more of what my little brother, what I learned from the whole situation. You packed the birds up. You gave it a rose. You said a prayer over the birds. You apologized to Spirit. You apologized to the birds and apologized to Spirit. So a lot of the Spirit is like, a lot of the things that you did everything right. You did everything that you were supposed to. Now the question here is to be watchful of what's appearing in your life now.
Oh, thank you so much. You know, it is my birthday. And like 2 days ago, I thought I was going to have to move in a month. And yesterday, I I got a call from the lady I rent from to not worry, that she was kind of taking care of things and just not worry about moving. And and it came back to me that I wanted to have a small community, and just have friends of my soul around me and be around them and kind of live together and have good things going, healthy gardens and all that stuff.
What you do is you ask your guides. I tell people, talking to spirit sometimes is very extremely easy. If you just allow yourself just to ask them, just quietly ask them, say, is there anything I need to do at this point in my life that I am not doing at this moment? And leave it like that. Just leave it like that. That way you're asking. If there's, because you know you're on the path, but if there's anything you need to step over, something you need to envision, something you need to see that you haven't seen yet, that you haven't looked at it yet, or maybe you haven't seen it because you weren't looking for it. If there's something that you need to see to move forward, you guys will show you. You just ask them. A lot of people ask for too much. They'll say, oh my God, can I have this? Can I have this? Can I have this? Can I have this? Can I have? And Spirit brings it all back at one time. We just say, is there something that I need to see that I have not seen yet? Very simple. It's very easy. And then allow yourself to watch. Watch what appears in your life. And then allow yourself to move forward, because Spirit will put people, events, and situations in front of you to get you to where you need to be. You just have to watch what's going on. Like we're going through all this stuff right now with the pandemic and stuff coming from all over the world, and then we're all sequestered in our homes, and all this stuff is going on. But maybe instead of looking at it as a pandemic of it coming and we're just stuck, maybe it's giving a time for the world to reboot.
Yes,
to reset,
absolutely.
To reset. There are a lot of people are dying, a lot of people are going to the spirit world. But maybe it is letting the world regroup. Because I looked the other night at all those pictures of all those towns that were so polluted, that was so terrible. And all the air is starting to clean up. Things are starting to clean. And maybe it's giving the earth, it's giving it a chance to reboot.
Yes.
The earth is a living being, and we are just living on the earth. The earth is its own living being. So sometimes maybe the earth just needs to shake itself a little bit to kind of move things and rearrange things so the earth can breathe. So maybe a lot of this is happening just for a time, a reboot, a reset. We will get past this. We will get past this. But once we find a cure for this illness, once we find a cure for this, there will be another one coming. There will be something else coming down the pike. But this is, it's been, since 1918 we had the last major flu that killed millions of people. So what we're talking, 70 years, 80 years or something, that was the last one. Well, we'll probably have another pandemic, another situation coming down the road. We'll get past this one, but I think it's a time for us to reboot, to reset, to re-envision, to get back in contact with people in our lives, to do the things that we need to do as humans.
Yes.
So that's what I believe.
It blew my mind, the speed with which Carolina blue skies came back into my life with this pandemic.
Yes, sir.
Like 3 days after they kind of closed things down, it's a blue that I'd forgotten existed.
Yeah, because some people are seeing stars that they've never seen before. Different things are happening around the world. And if we all start praying, because where two or more are gathered, there I am. So if we all start this prayer and start this praying and sending positive energy out into the earth, out into the universe, that allows the energy to manifest itself in a very positive nature. So then we start to change the forward motion of the earth plane, the forward motion of this vibration, into a very positive, very connective individual. But right now, it's like we're kind of we got time. People have got time. We're at home now. Most things are closed. most things are closed, so we have to take time. We have to take time to figure out what we want to do. I know people are out of work, and people are hungry, and people are need to get a job, and they need to work. But of course, we will get back to normal. We will get back to normal here. It might be a new normal, but it will be back to normal. And then we have to see what we want to envision at that point, because I feel like the Earth will show us what the Earth wants. The Earth will show us what the Earth wants. It will.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Huge thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
My goodness. And have a wonderful weekend.
You too. You too.
Thank you.
But what I told people in the vibration is, but the question here with the vibration is when you're looking at situations within your life. And I always explain to people it's these little tools that you can use in your life, little tools like the numerology. Find your numerology number. Now, if I moved from this house or if I put myself anywhere else, I would not lower everything in my life past below a 6. There would be something in my life that would be above a 6. So that my life will flow. I don't know how it works. I don't know why it works, but it does. It brings some more of a consciousness situation going on with that. The same thing with I put in the vibration as I put in the vibration last week. I did a class, and even the people here on this thing, if you haven't seen it, if you email me to my email address, I will send you a paper that tells you where to sit when you meditate. Face north, face south, face west, face east. It will give you a chance to set where your chair's facing. So if you're supposed to face north because of the day you were born, you face north. It works better. It just does. I found that in an old book from the 1800s. We got another question. Yes.
This is Mindy again. You just made me think of something when you were talking about the numerology stuff.
Okay.
I know you've mentioned before about like the house numbers, and each house has a vibrational number. Like I think one house was like a single house or something like that.
Yeah.
What were those again? I can
tell you. I can tell you real quick. You use what you do is add up the house number. Let's say your house is a 10 South First Street. So 10, 1 and 0, 1. So one house. A one house is for somebody that's single. It's kind of like they want to be their own boss. They want to be in their own vibration. They're a single vibration. If they're wanting to attract a lot of people into that home, probably not going to do that. So one vibration, so one house for one person. Two houses usually for families, people that are looking to have families, people that are taking care of children, people that are working in that endeavor. Usually a two house is for somebody that is working with families or trying to plan to having a family or their kids within the home. Two houses for kids. Somebody that's 80 years old shouldn't probably live in a two house unless you have a lot of grandchildren, a lot of people coming over, a lot of children coming over to your home. Probably not going to be a best place for you to live because you're not birthing babies. You're not having babies. A three house is usually a temporary home. A three house is temporary. It's usually for people going through divorce, separation. Notice that when people go through a divorce or separation or situation within their life, they will automatically be attracted to a three house. Three house is a body, mind, spirit house. Father, Son, Holy Ghost house. It's a very spiritual home. It gives you time to reboot, rebalance, and reset for you to have a chance to take a break, take a vibration before you move. Usually the three houses are temporary. Four houses usually for workaholics. So if you want to be in a four house, make sure you're a workaholic. Four house, poor house. Most businesses that are in fours go out of business, or most houses that are in foreclosure, they're fours. I would never move into a four house because I'm not a workaholic anymore. So four house, it's okay for certain people because if you're a workaholic, you really love working, four house not bad for you. Five house collects things. Drive by a five house. There's stuff in the front yard. Collects things. It's a collecting house. Collects things, including people. Six house, teaching house, helping others, encouraging others. Unless you have a little Mother Teresa gene or a Florence Nightingale gene in your vibration that you want to help others, you don't move to a 6th house unless you actually want to help, encourage, and bless others with your presence. And a 7th house is people will try to move in with you. People will think you need to take care of them. They want to live with you. They want to be around you. They want to be in your vibration. So 7th house is more taking care of people. 8th house is money, prosperity, growth, continuity of God. So 8th house is very good with attracting things in your life, attracting situations and things in your life. 9th house, open to all possibilities. 9, open to all possibilities. So you can change the 9th house, put it where you need to be. Master homes are what the numbers add up to, like 998, 994, 99, 18, 422, 11, 22, 33, 44 homes are they're master houses, very good houses, but they will stay that. Now make sure that if you move into a 22 house, you keep it as a master number. You keep it moving in that vibration. Don't go to a 4, stay at a 22. It's a master home. 22s, 33s, and 44s usually do not come on the market. They do not. They get handed down in families. 11s come on the market, but not mostly. But if you can find a master home to move, master house to move into, very extremely powerful houses. They bring the spiritual side out of you. They bring this connection to a higher vibration. So that's how numbers work. So you're always looking at where you're living, what house number did you pick? Then you kind of look at the house number, you say, oh, that's why that's happening. Oh, because when you pick the number, then you mix it with the town or the state you live in, and if it's all below you, it's down below your vibration, then you're propelling everything. You're dragging everything behind you. Then you get exhausted. You get tired. You want something propelling you, at least something propelling you. The house works really well if you can get the house propel you. The higher vibration of the home, better, because it propels you. Now, you might move into a house because you have a mate in your home that's a 1 vibrational. They have a world number of a 1. They're very good in a 1 house. They're very good in a 2 house or 3 house, but you're not. Then you feel out of place in the home. So a lot of these things work with numerology, but the question is trying to find the right home and the right vibration for you to live in.
Okay, and I'm going to just assume this is the right answer, but I assume there's no way to adjust that vibration once you're in it.
Sometimes when you're in a home, sometimes you can readjust it. Like let's say you move into a 3. I always tell people if you're wanting prosperity, growth, and different things in your life. I had an old Indian man did it one time with me, and it worked when I was living in houses that weren't quite my vibration. I went and got myself a green piece of cloth. It has to be green. Can't be any color. It has to be green. And I got myself a brass number 8. Has to look gold. Now you have to go out and buy a gold 8. If you're looking for money, there's no sense of spending money on the gold 8. Just get yourself a little brass 8. Roll the brass 8 up in the green cloth and put it somewhere near the front door. Put it somewhere near the front door. What that 8 does is the continuity of God to bring you whatever you need. Green is growth, prosperity, growth within your life. If, let's say, you live in a 3 house and you put the 8 next to the door, 8 and 3, 11. See, some numbers you can change, some numbers you can't. You try to put the 8 up there, it's not going to change, but it will change the vibration of prosperity, growth within your life, money propelling it in your life. I had a lady not too long the other day that she said, Louis, I don't know how that works. I said, well, just put the 8 next to your front door if you're looking for money, dear. And she did. She rolled up the green cloth, put the 8 next to the front door, and she got up to the store. She needed money to buy groceries. She got up to the store, got out of her car, opened the door, and outside her door, laying right next to where she opened her door, was $300 folded up right in a nice little pile laying right next to her door. And she said, nice. I said, spiritual way. See, people think Spirit's just going to, there's a certain way to get money in your life. Spirit is a way of dropping things in your life. They have a way of doing things. Doesn't mean you have to kind of do all this stuff for money. Spirit is a way of producing money in your vibration. You have just, the only reason with the only thing people with money is prosperity is you have to be able to accept it. If you ask for something and your second thought is, oh my God, I'll probably never get that, then don't ask for that. because it's something that you've already told you guys, I don't think I can get that. It's the law of attraction. So you have to believe that you can attract it. You have to believe that you deserve it. I deserve that. I need that. And then allow your guys to go out and try to find it for you. So they'll either produce jobs, careers, or just drop the money in your life. I've had people pick up lottery tickets in the middle of the parking lot and win $3 million. So the question here is, were they looking for all that money? Probably not, but Spirit decided they needed it. So the question here is Spirit has a way of producing things within your life to get you to where you need to be, because you, 5 years from now, might have to affect somebody's life. But you need money. You need prosperity. You need stuff to get you there, to help this individual. Spirit will move heaven and earth and place in your life so they can get you to where this is, that you can affect their life, because it's part of your path. It's part of your journey on this earth plane. So they want to try to make it as easy and as comfortable as they can to get you to where these people are so you can affect them. That's how they do that.
Sweet. Thanks. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. But I really, the vibration with Spirit is this connection to an understanding of Spirit, the understanding of a connection for Spirit, the connection for the vibration of Spirit. So when you're connecting to Spirit, when you're working with Spirit, when you're connecting to them, focus your intent. Focus where you feel like you need to be. Don't say, "Oh, Lewis, I'm just scattered." Well, maybe you need to just sit quietly, put some music on, quiet the vibration. There are a lot of things that happen in life that throw us off balance, situations, people, events, situations. But then we just try to calm ourselves, try to focus our intent on what we're looking at. When I focus on something in my life, what I do is I take everything else out of my vibration. When I start to focus, I close my eyes, and I start to get this clear vibration, this clear sense, and then I picture what I'm looking for, visualization. I picture what I'm looking for. I picture it. So what happens is, think of your life right now as if you are the projector. Guides are all standing in your auric field. They're all around you. But you are the projector. So you're projecting this ahead of you. It's like projecting a movie on the wall of a building. Everybody around you is going to see that movie. They're going to see what you projected. So think of yourself as the projector. Visualize what you feel you're looking for. What are you looking for? What do you really want? You want a relationship in your life? You want a new job? I tell people, never tell your guides you just want a job. Your guides will get you a job. They have a little sick sense of humor. They'll get you a job. Might not be what you want. Always ask your guide for what you would like to make. What do you want to make? 150, 200,000 a year? What could you personally accept? If Spirit offered you a job tomorrow, what could you change your job for? What could you go work for somewhere else for? What is the money? Let your guides go find a job, because they know who you have to affect. They know where you have to be. They know that. They know exactly off the path where you're supposed to be. So they try to maneuver things. They can't change your life. They can't say, "Oh my God, we've got to grab them and drag them." No. What they do is they put things out in front of you, out in front of your vibration, and they allow you to move down the path. You can pick it up or not. It's a lot when you're in Tibet or up in the Himalayas or in that area. There's about every 9 miles, there's like little fruit stands. You can pick up fruit, you can pick up water, you can pick up stuff. So you walk up into the Himalayas, so you walk up into this area. But that life is a lot like that too. Up the road, while you're walking and you're doing the best you can, there's little refreshment stands. Pick up some water, pick up some fruit, pick up what you need, and keep moving down the path. But you get to pick things up. You can leave this, and hopefully there's somebody that has stopped there, wants to share stuff that they picked up if you run out. So you want to pick up enough for yourself that you're comfortable with the vibration. But I always tell my guides, if there's something I miss, something that I did not see, something that I have not envisioned yet, could you please show it to me? Then I watch what appears in my life. If I see William, and then I turn on TV set, there's a William. I pick up a book, it's talking about somebody named William. I get a letter in the mail that's signed by somebody named William. So I go, okay, William, I need to pay attention to William. Then somebody enters my life said, oh, by the way, Lou, I'd love to speak to you. I've got an event I want to do, blah, blah, blah. By the way, my name's William. Well, I'm going to listen to William because that keeps appearing in my vibration. If you see, I don't tell people to move. I watch what appears in your vibration. If you get everything in your life from Seattle, Washington, and then somebody walks in your life and says, oh, by the way, dear, I'm from Seattle, Washington. You go, oh, my God, I need to pay attention to this because Spirit has been showing this sign to me all the time that I've been doing this. So I need to pay attention. The only thing is we miss avenues and things like we go off path or we just sit in the middle of the path and we wait. We're always moving. We're always moving down the path. Whether we think we're moving or not, we're still moving. There might be little things underneath. There might be a carpet while we're sitting on the ground, but Spirit is up ahead of us on the corners of the carpet, moving us down the path. We might not feel like we're moving, but we're moving. We might not feel like we're moving, but we're moving because we have to be somewhere. We all have things. We always have places to be. As we move down the path, you're still going to affect people. As above, so below. So when you affect all these vibrations, all these people, realize that you are affecting all this vibration ahead of you. And you watch. If there's all hell's breaking loose. Ask your guides at that moment. So, you know, the guide says, is it working? I feel like it should work. I feel like this should happen. This should work. Why isn't this working? Allow your guide to show you. They'll show you. A lot of things, I got a story I think I cute many years ago. We were going to buy a house right not too far from here. The house was really cheap. It was a 3-story house, 6 bedrooms, 3 baths. It was a gorgeous house. They only wanted like $45,000 for it. Needed work. So I was going to go over there. I was going to buy the house and redo it, refinish it, flip it. So I get out of my car, and the real estate lady didn't show up. She didn't show up. She wasn't there. So that was number one for me, because she hadn't shown up, so I had to call her. She finally showed up in her car, and she forgot the keys to the house. So that was number 2 for me. So I said, well, this isn't quite working yet, because we haven't gotten in the house yet. Finally, she came back with the keys, and she opened the door, and we loved the house. It had these beautiful antique fireplaces and things in it. But I go back on the back porch, and this neighbor on the back fence was staring at me. And I waved to him, and the first thing out of his mouth says, your fence is on my property. If you don't move it, I'll shoot you. Oh, well, back in the house I went. I told Maria, I said, we're not buying this house. Somebody wants to kill me in the backyard. I haven't even got in the front door yet. So we left. We didn't buy the house. But the question is things will happen in our lives. When we first moved here to Sanford, Florida, we were going to buy a home. We loved the house, too. We first came in, we loved the house, too. And Spirit kept telling me the house wasn't right. It's not right. I kept trying to listen. I said, okay. I told Maria, I said, the house isn't right. My wife kept saying, oh, no, I love the house. I said, no, it's not right. There's something wrong with this house. Spirit doesn't want us here. They don't want us in this house at all. We need to back away. So we did. Nothing worked with the house. We just backed away, didn't buy the house. And 3 months to the day, because I was working nights, and 3 months to the day, a lady that moved into that house with her husband, while her husband was at work, the lady in that house got killed while her husband was at work. Now, what happened to Marie? I don't know what would have happened if we would have bought the house, but I got that strong feeling that I needed to walk away, strongly walk away. And it's like I tell people when they do this work, if you have a small vibration of saying, I need to walk away, walk away. Your first impression, first vibration with this, walk away. It doesn't get better down the road. It doesn't get better. All that happens is the rope gets a little tighter, and they'll start running off. They'll start running over the bumpier part of the road. It doesn't get better down the road. If your first thought is, oh, that's not going to be good for me, listen to yourself. Help you out immensely with that. And tell your guides today, when you get off this call today, ask you guys, if there's something I'm supposed to see that I have not seen yet, could you please show it to me? Then watch. Give it about a week. Watch and see what's repetitious that happens in your life. And then see what your guides are trying to show you. It's like the lady with the birds. Even though she had the birds, and she buried them, and she was sorry. She buried them. The question here is, there's a message there. There's a message from Spirit that is going to produce itself in her life. When something dies, something changes. So the question here is, the birds had to go find some other place, maybe to build another nest or go somewhere else. There's always this movement when things change within our lives. We're only looking for the right roadmap, the right direction that we need to go in. So allow yourself to find that direction. But don't feel discouraged if you don't hear it the first time you do it. It just takes a little practice. Just ask your guides. Tell them. People get too serious with this stuff. They go, oh, my God, when I first started spiritual work, it was this serious stuff. Be serious. Me, I'm not as serious as I should be, probably. But I want to have a good time in this life. I'm supposed to have a good time. I'm supposed to enjoy. I'm supposed to be on recess. We're all supposed to be on recess. Supposed to be having fun. If it's not fun, there's something wrong. Then we need to say, okay, this isn't fun, guys. This isn't fun. I'm doing the work. I should be rewarded. I should be helped. I should be fun. I always think of it when I watched the Harry Potter movies, and you had the guys drive him up to his safe. Harry Potter opened that, and they opened the Harry Potter safe. It was full of stuff. We all have our little safes on the other side, full of stuff from past lives, full of stuff for us to use. We just have to believe that we deserve to use it. That's all. And I hope you guys enjoyed today. I hope you really did. I hope you really enjoyed today. Next week, we're going to talk more on connection to healing, connection to a higher vibration of healing, sending out healing to yourself, but working on your own vibration too. We can heal others, we can work with others, but how do we work with ourselves? How do we connect to our own vibration? Because if you're not as healthy as you should be within your own life or your own vibration, or learning how to clear the vibration, and I will teach you tools on how to clear the vibration, to raise your auric field, to raise the color of your auric field, to raise the vibration within your space, and to make you pretty healthy. But you have to realize to allow your guides to work in that direction for you. But I can give you tools to do that, and I will help you next week. We'll do this other question. I kind of like the question and answer, so I can answer questions for you during this talk and be able to help you while I'm doing this. So next week, same time, I'll be doing this. I will be having another class. I will announce it, a free class that I'll be putting on YouTube and on my inspirational page. So if you see that advertised, you can tune in for that. I'll be doing another free class here to give you more information, because I like sharing information so I can help you. So I hope to see you next week. I'm going to take us out of this. Take us out of Q&A. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much. I'll see you all next week.
Thank you.
Thank
Louis.
you.
Thank you, Louis.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Have a good day.
You too.